What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is October 10th, 2024. I, of course, am the General Greene. I'm hanging out here with good morning sunshine, and it is a beautiful day. You know who the king is, Jesus Christ. That's right, sunshine. We love all of you. Brief shout out to the Jesus Coin community. We are up nearly 200% in just the last couple of days. Congratulations, and you're welcome. We never miss. I love you all. Today we're going to get into a whole host of topics. How this big event is a game-changing, it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And by the way, you can notice here, we did upgrade Sunshine's cage. So I got him the Rolex. He's a beautiful bird. I love this bird. Comes with me everywhere. I rescued him from the pet store, from captivity. Okay, so we got the upgrade here. He's got a little ladder he can climb up on. He can play a little bit. He can hang out, and he can also help me do content, which is really, really amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have 25 days left before the most contentious election in world history in Americana. This is absolutely huge, and it is massive, and I want you all prepared for what is coming. I also want to put my prayers out to everybody suffering in the Florida Panhandle, including Lieutenant Dan. I'm not sure if you've seen that figure. He's on Twitter, but a real badass riding out the storm with his one pegged leg on his little sailboat as the storm comes in, and he refuses to leave. And why does he refuse to leave? Because God told him to stay. Isn't that amazing? Honoring God, doing what you're told, being in service to the Lord, even when it's against our own will. As we saw, of course, with Jonah and the big fish swallowing him up and spitting him out. Because there's so much more to life that I feel like we all know about, but sometimes is hard to engage in, right? These big existential questions, for example, like, why are we here? What is my purpose, General Greene? Well, your purpose is to lead. Your purpose is to live for the Lord, Jesus. And so, God bless everyone out there suffering in the Florida Panhandle. It turns out the storm wasn't as bad as they had fear-mongered, which I kind of told you that yesterday. I said, well, we'll see. I mean, 9 out of 10 times when the mainstream media tells you to be fearful, don't. You're perfectly safe. Or if they tell you a big storm is coming, it's likely not. It's usually when they downplay it that the fire erupts. It's usually when they have nothing to say and they obfuscate. That's right, Tweety Bird, that something bad happens. So we have 25 days before the U.S. election, and a lot of people are asking the general, well, what should I do, Christopher? Who should I vote for? Well, I think you should vote for who you want to vote for. I think, I know a lot of you are voting for Trump. I think you should go and vote for Trump. Go do it. I'm praying that this country is restored. I'm praying that America will be made great again under the Trump administration. And I think you should go do that. But that only takes like 10 seconds. That takes 10 seconds of your time. And I'm going to reveal to you how to really make America great today and how to make yourself great again through your actions and what you're going to do today in addition to your vote. Because a vote is just a scratch on a little piece of paper, and that's it. And we have to be honest with ourselves. Donald Trump has an uphill battle. He's got an uphill battle. Even if he gets in, the entire deep state's going to continue to attack him. Many of you would probably agree he'll still be embroiled in a bunch of lawfare, that they might even try to take him out again. So you have to factor this into the equation of your vote in the quote-unquote election process and what that outcome might look like in the future. So I think that you should do both. But really where you're changing things is within yourself. So let me give you an example of this. Get married, have children, make a lot of money, start a business, empower your church, be charitable, lift people up, create new ideas, do cool things. Those are the type of personal responsibility actions that Americans need to be taking to make America great again. Grow your own food, start homesteading, love your neighbor, make disciples, Help save people. Tell them about Jesus Christ the King. That's the hard stuff that a lot of people don't want to do. You know, I think a lot of people just want to chicken scratch on a piece of paper and pretend that like their life's going to get better. I'm telling you that that's only one part of the equation. Same thing with your health. If you want to get fit, well, you got to go for a run, right? You can't just think about it. Your vote's not going to give you six-pack abs. Your vote's not going to make you a millionaire. Investing in Jesus coin will. Case in point, I mean, let's even talk about that for a minute because that's some just amazing positive news. Of course, on my first recommendation of Jesus coin, we did 100x from just under 500K market cap. I was the first in the world to recommend it. It was the largest bag holder at one point as well. Maybe I still am, who knows? Wink, wink. And we pulled off 100x all the way up to near 80 million last Christmas. Now we're trading at about, 36 million market cap. And I think we're going to 100x again. Again, have we ever gotten this wrong? No. Have I ever gotten crypto wrong? No. I'm the guy that told you to buy Bitcoin under 1,000. I'm the one that told you to buy other cryptos like Ajax that pulled off 100x. I'm the guy that told you to buy all this stuff. like again, we've never gotten it wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here for a reason. You've seen the large growth of this platform at islandproject.com because we've been massively successful. Massively successful. And so Jesus coin has massive upside, in my humble opinion. I have to say, not financial advice, of course. And I think it's going to go to at least $1 billion+. And all this, of course, ties into the beautiful ecosystem of liberty and freedom and all the amazing things that we've been working on here at islandproject.com, making you rich, making you a multimillionaire, and helping all of you to onboard the ark in a major, major way. So very, very exciting. And I want to just congratulate everybody today regarding that. I do believe we are in a bull market, and I believe crypto is in the process of decoupling from the US fiat dollar. And the reason is the central bank's printing more money. They're going to create guaranteed more hyperinflation. This is also why we see gold, Tweety, hit new record highs, which again, everything I've ever sold, everything I've ever told you, everything I've ever recommended only goes up. A lot of the cryptos that have been like sleeping a little bit recently, wink, 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 you can't see behind the glasses, also are set to skyrocket. Cryptos like XTZ, which you could be buying cheap right now and getting rich. Just like Jesus coin. When these things start to move, you've missed it, right? Like it happens within a blink of an eye. You're FOMOing into these things. And this is why I put together my world-class systems and schools and programs, and now our world-class investment, which is the number one sure thing. I mean, the easiest way to get rich is this. There's no downside. Crypto, there's actually a lot of downside because, you know, the crypto's going up and down on a daily basis and go to zero, or it can go 100x. There's no downside with this. When you deploy 30 units here or 100 units or 1,000,000 units, like many of my members have 1,000 units with us, there's absolutely no downside. They own direct real estate of beach and oceanfront, and then they own a ski lodge. It's completely diversified. They get all the cash flows and the capital gains. So if you think real estate prices in the best locations continue to go up, then you only make money. And then in addition to that, we're tokenizing it. So you have 1,000x potential on the tokenization, in addition to the no downside, amazing investment that only goes up over time. I mean, again, when has real estate ever gone down over the long term? Never. Never. If you would have bought Malibu last year, the year before that, 10 years before that, 20 years before that, 50 years before that, when my grandfather was alive, you've only gotten rich. You've only made money. You've only freaking made money. So again, what do you think? Do you think our $33.5 million portfolio is going to be worth $100 million in the future? You bet it is. It'll be worth $200 million, then $300 million. When we tokenize, it's going to be worth $1 billion+ because it's the only asset class that is real, with no bank debt, with no downside, that produces cash flows, that, by the way, is also riding the largest wave in world history, which is why I've positioned all of our members for this massive success, just like Jesus coin. But in a bigger way is because we know that the new trend into new technology is blockchain. That's what they're doing. That's how they're resetting the system. This is what I've been telling you for years. I mean, I remember when people were mad at me, Tweety Bird. They were mad at me for recommending Bitcoin years ago. They were like, Christopher, you're pitching a scam. Bitcoin's a scam. And then everyone that bought it and took my advice got rich. Pretty incredible. I mean, even Tweety Bird's rich now. Just got rescued. He's a millionaire. Sunshine's a millionaire with the general. He flies all over the world with me. We're about to head over to Maui. You've never been to Maui, Tweety Bird. You're going to blend in with the beautiful scenery over there. This guy's my best friend now. We can actually communicate. Even though he's tweeting, I can actually hear what he's saying. What was that, Tweety Bird? Uh-huh. Yeah, no, I know. I totally agree. That's what I've been telling them. I know. That's what I've been freaking telling them. So what are we seeing in the financial markets? Let's just talk about what's going on there. You know, Wall Street's really not doing much. It's been trading at an all-time high on an inflationary pump and dump scam. And a hot potato that, of course, Warren Buffett and the financial elites are going to dump all over your faces very, very soon. You need to understand this, too. The only Ponzi scheme is the U.S. stock market. The only Ponzi scheme is the U.S. financial banking infrastructure, which has no reserve requirements. The only collapsed institutions are these large banks like Credit Suisse that just failed and robbed millions of customers of their funds. The only failed institutions are First Republic Bank, Signature Bank, Silicon Valley Bank. The only bank runs we've had are in Alameda stock, not Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been up only. And so, you know, I think the big thing we need to be discussing here is, yes, I know, Tweety. I know you're ranting like I am. How are you positioning after the election? This is what I would like for you guys to leave in a comment in the comment box below, is how are you positioning after the election? What is your game plan? Because you should be positioning for that now. Again, what you need to be doing is getting rich. Let me give you an example. During the lockdowns, was it more beneficial to be rich or not rich during the lockdowns? It was a lot more beneficial to be rich. You could actually remove your family. Like case in point, I was able to remove my family, put them into safety while America essentially collapsed into toilet paper runs and pandemonium in 2020. That's because I have money and resources. The people in the Florida Panhandle being massacred, it's lights out right now. There's 3 million people without power. The gasoline pumps don't work. Is their vote helping them at all right now? Their little chicken scratch? No. But you know what does help them? Money, cash flows, success, community, their businesses, their churches, their interpersonal relationships, the people that they're working with. That's what they are counting on in that kind of environment. Trust me, these people in Florida don't care about their vote. North Carolinians don't care about their vote. They've just had all their, they're living in a collapse. And that's kind of my point. What is your game plan after your chicken scratch? Because the election's going to happen whether we like it or not, and whoever's going to get in there is going to get in there. And even if Donald Trump gets in there, I mean, we hope he does, he's going to be facing an uphill battle. They might just flat out pop him for all we know. Have you planned for that? And even if he doesn't get popped, they're going to be doing the same thing they did to him in the previous 4 years, which is attack him, prevent him from doing anything, incapacitating him to building the wall, incapacitating him to booting out people that shouldn't be here, incapacitating his ability to really govern. And this is what people tell me all the time now. They're like, well, he was fooled in 2020. He didn't know what was going on at the time. His advisors didn't tell him the truth. Well, why would they tell him the truth this time? Like, again, the way you can really empower yourself is through your action sets today. Whether or not it's your finances, it's your money game, it's your health, it's your wellness, it's your businesses, whatever it may be. That's what we all need to be focused on. These pictures are crazy, though. The morning after wreckage, there's alligators stalking homes and swimming in the streets of suburbs. right now. And, you know, there's a lot of talk about the conspiracy. Is the weather modified? Is the weather geoengineered? Marjorie Taylor Greene, for example, and others are suggesting that it is, and that they're using lasers and all these kinds of things. Again, that's probably true. My question is, what are you going to do about it? Like, you're not going to stop that. You have no control of what the government does at all. You do realize this. Trump's not even going to stop it. If Trump gets in, it's not like he's in charge of the three-letter agencies. The three-letter agencies are the ones that really run the country. The Department of Defense and the Pentagon operate separately from the presidential executive branch. So, like, again, what do you think is even going to happen in the future? Nothing is going to change. The oligarchs that are in charge are the ones that rule the United States corporations of America. And they're the ones making the decisions, and it doesn't matter who gets in, Kamala or Trump. They're still in charge. Unless Donald Trump is expecting to completely, like, take all these people out with, like, scorched earth policy and, you know, things that I can't even mention on this broadcast, which I don't think is going to happen because he didn't do it the first time. Like, again, if we were going to have some kind of like black ops Q thing go on, it would have already been done a very long time ago. I mean, he already told us that the election was rigged and taken away from him. So don't you think it would have been a good time to declare a coup? Also, in addition to that, World War III is here. And it's not what many of you think. You know, many of you are expecting World War III to be similar to World War II and World War I. It's not. It's a technological war. It's a Bitcoin war. It's a tokenized real estate war. It's competition for the best real assets in the world. It's a blockchain war. It's an AI war. That's what World War III is. Now, there's land grabs going on, absolutely. There's weather modification, geoengineering, the horrors of what's going on in Gaza right now. Israel at war on 7 fronts in 5 different countries. All of that's happening. The tanks on the ground in Ukraine, etc. That's war. I mean, think about how many wars the American people are in now, and you're funding it with your money. They're destroying your currency. They're destroying your way of life. They're, I believe, stealing from you, the middle class, and they're eradicating you guys. That's what they're doing. Again, this is why you need to get rich. Like, most people don't want to take personal responsibility for their lives. And I'm telling you, to be successful, take personal responsibility. You need to engage and ask for what you actually want. First step in becoming a millionaire is ask yourself, hey, I want to become a millionaire. Tell yourself you're going to become a millionaire. Invest.islandproject.com. Your first step to getting really, really ripped and healthy or getting those six-pack abs is not just thinking about it, but going and hitting the treadmill or doing 1,000 push-ups and crunches and improving your diet and, you know, stop eating trashy foods. If you want to get married, you got to go ask the hottest girl you can find out and tell her you want to take her out and treat her like a real woman and open her door for her when she enters the restaurant and, you know, help her into the car. And then tell her about your faith in God and Jesus and how it's a deal killer for you, that if she doesn't believe, it's not going to work out. Again, America's lost. Like, people are really, really lost. I'll give some testimony too, because I see it from my members all the time. You know, my members are so amazing. These are the real ballers. The men and women that have onboarded Island Project are the example I'm giving you right now. They're the people that have taken personal responsibility for their lives, that are massively successful in business, with their relationship, with their families. A lot of young people too. I've got guys in my project that are already multimillionaires. They are in their early 40s, some of them in their late 30s, with 3 kids. They're already multimillionaires, multiple businesses. They travel, they homeschool their kids, they grow their own food. They're hunters, many of them. In a lot of cases, they can provide for their family, they can feed their family, like they have real skills. Like, that's Americana, guys. That's success. And so I want you to think about this. You know, what is your move? How are you preparing for the big event? And I'll tell you this too, they haven't even disclosed the next biggest event to us yet. There's something massive coming, just like this coffee cup. By the way, I do everything 1000x, even my coffee cups. Someone gives me a normal one, I say, no, I want it 10x the size. Look at how big this thing is. This thing is a massive coffee mug. So I'm drinking my coffee in a massive mug today. All right, so I can also answer some questions here, but the crypto pump is here. You're all getting rich if you've listened to me. Congratulations, you're welcome. Jesus Coin's going to $1 billion in market cap next. If you onboard this, you're guaranteed to become a millionaire. This is the easiest way to become a millionaire, right here. 30 units will make you a millionaire. Just 30 units, that's 30 grand. So if you go to islandproject.com right now and invest 30 units, I'm telling you, you will become a millionaire. I can't say it's financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, right? And you got to read my terms and disclaimers, but that's what's going to happen. Because a 30x on your 30 units when we tokenize will make you a millionaire. Just a 30x. And we're going to do a lot more than 30x, just like Jesus Coin has already 100x'd. It 100x and it's going to 100x again. Like, it's very easy to get rich. What's so different about what we've done, though, it's actually backed by a physical asset class that can never go away. So like with cryptos, where cryptos can just sell off to zero, like Pepe the Frog, what is Pepe the Frog trading at? I recommended Pepe the Frog years ago too. I personally made a lot of money on Pepe the Frog. It's just a meme. It's not even anything. It's just a ribbit frog. For those of you that are invested in the traditional stock market, you could have been getting rich on Pepe the Frog along with me all these years. It's a lot easier, actually. Yeah, Pepe the Frog's trading at $3.7 billion right now. More than a lot of American companies on the New York Stock Exchange. Like, I want you to think about this for a minute. Now, the difference, though, is Pepe the Frog can sell off to zero because it's just a crypto. This never can. We have a physical asset with no bank debt that produces cash flows with a real use case scenario in the world that's also being tokenized. So like even if you think about it from that perspective, let's say we tokenize, which we're getting ready for now, which is why you want to onboard into the founders round while you still can, islandproject.com. Let's say we tokenize, okay, and then it goes 100x, and you make $10 million. Feel free to take some profits, do whatever you want. Then let's say later, let's just play it out, worst case scenario. Let's say governments, worst case, which they're not going to do because they're all in on it, guys. All the governments are in on blockchain and Bitcoin and all this stuff. I mean, BlackRock owns it. But let me just give the worst case scenario. Let's say crypto then all goes to zero and governments get rid of it. They're like, you can no longer use any cryptos. And they just get rid of all blockchain. They even get rid of AI. What would happen to our members? Nothing. They're still rich. They still made millions and took profits. And at the end of the day, they still own hundreds of millions of dollars worth of no bank debt real estate, no matter what. What's powerful about what we've done is it's diversified and decentralized. People ask me, well, Christopher, what would happen if something happened to one of the properties? Well, that's why we own multiple properties. If something happens in one location, we own 10 other properties over here. We don't have all of our eggs in one basket. We've also diversified sovereign risk. So for example, right, if something happens in one country, we have investments in other countries. That's called the sovereign man, road to freedom. We've thought of it all. I mean, I've thought about it from every angle. When I was business planning 5 years ago before we launched on July 4th, I thought about it from every single angle and then business plan to guarantee that we win no matter what. Like, let me give you an example of this. If you guys have seen me personally do this, I always win because God's got my back and I give all glory to him. So I know he's in control, but I always design everything I do to win no matter what. Let me give you a specific example. You know who got rich during the gold rush? Not the people looking for gold. Very few people got rich looking for gold. But you know who always got rich and was guaranteed to get rich and got rich every single time, lights out? It was the guy selling people the pitchforks to get rich. And this is what you must understand. When you own the best real estate in the world, we already own all the asset bases. We've already dominated and won life. This is what you need to understand. My members have already won life because they already have engaged and already have true 100% equity ownership over the best asset they couldn't normally afford. This is what you need to understand. They own something they could never afford in a million years in most cases, because our properties, most of them are $5 million plus, and they're owned with no bank debt, and they're next door neighbors to the glitterati and the financial elites. And these are the best locations of Maui, Booyah, the list goes on and on. And so we already own what is untouchable. So it's a guarantee that we keep getting richer, especially as they transfer all the wealth to themselves, modify the financial system, never pay the debt back. They're never paying the debt back. They don't want to pay the debt back. The $35 trillion in debt is guaranteed to never be paid back. They're just transferring the system into a new system. That's all they're doing. It's very easy to understand. It's not complicated at all. Blockchain is the new system. And that's how I knew when Bitcoin first evolved, so to speak. I'm like, oh, okay, that's how the financial elites are going to transfer us over. I was like, okay, I should definitely buy as much of it as I can because that's their trick, so to speak. That's how they designed it. The financial elite's trick was instead of paying back the debt and instead of giving you more freedom and empowering the middle class, they were going to destroy it, print more debt, create infrastructure and logistics to suppress you, the American population, disenfranchise you, disillusion you in an election, send you to war. They're going to blame the war on the economic collapse. It'll be World War III's fault that there's more bank runs. And then the problem they created, they'll have a solution for, and then they'll just reset you into the new system that they already pre-designed years and years and years ago, and they always win. Again, the hedge fund managers always win in America. BlackRock always wins. So follow their lead. Like if you know that these people always win, like if Jeff Bezos is always going to win, if Elon Musk is always going to win, if I'm always winning, then model after me. This is what I do. I mean, I model my behavior after other people that are more successful. I look at what they do and what works, and then I just replicate it. It's the easiest way to get rich. The easiest way to get rich is to replicate what has already worked. $33.5 million, no bank debt, cash flows, large capital gains, some use for our amazing members, an ecosystem of freedom and liberty worldwide, diversified and decentralized. We have properties soon to be in multiple sovereigns, and we're tokenizing into the sure thing, which only goes up and will be bigger than the freaking internet. It's that easy. And then do it with the best team in the world. My father, Papa John, John Greene, Vice President, General Greene here, and everyone else, and our members, and build yourselves up. Again, it doesn't matter what happens to the economy. It doesn't matter what happens to the election. If Trump gets in, great, we're still rich. If Kamala gets in, islandproject.com's still rich. Again, it's the pitchfork theory. This is how you design your life and your businesses. Again, if you want to be successful, your habits and how you strategize, you don't even necessarily need to work harder. You need to work smarter. So what I'm telling you, everything, I'm just speaking truthfully, like what I do professionally on social media, with marketing, with my businesses, with my community, with my relationships, and with my faith, I design it where we always win. That it doesn't matter the outcome, like no one's dictating my success but God first, and then my efforts in allowing God and to work really hard and allow him to do the rest of my life in life. And you can do all this as well. It really is a crucial, critical opportunity for you to onboard now. And you need to be strategizing and positioning not just before year end, but before this election is over in 25 days. I'm telling you, there's going to be some major surprises, just like we've seen with these storms. We have big events coming that you're unaware of. One of them could be grid down. Again, what happens during a grid down to island project? Nothing. In fact, our real estate will soar even more, just like during the lockdowns. What did people do when there was financial chaos on Wall Street in 2020? They bought high-end real estate. What are people going to do if the grid goes down? They'll be clamoring to take their money out of the banks and buy what? High-end real estate. If the economy's great, let's say the Federal Reserve has a soft landing and they just print more debt to infinity and stock market hits new all-time highs. Island project goes higher and higher. Under any circumstance, the number one asset class that has always outperformed, historically speaking, which I've studied, in inflationary and deflationary environments, during wartime and non-wartime, during bull markets and bear markets, especially over the long haul, when you start looking at things like 10 years plus, is real estate, like what we own. Even kings and queens, where do they get all their money? In the UK, the wealthiest families, what do they own? Real estate. They own this. So we've designed what the wealthiest families in the world own and have built for their own. But we've done it in Robinhood fashion, an entirely 100% true equity ownership democratized for the average person who can get in, which you've seen all those testimonials of people visiting our properties after investing, and they're like, this is amazing. And then what they do every time is they invest more. Yeah, I challenge you too. Invest your first 100 units. Do it right now and then come visit what you own. And then come on camera with me and tell the world how it was. Like you're going to be there and be like, yeah, this is amazing, Chris. Incredible. I've never been in a $5 million home before. Yeah, like surfing on this amazing white sand beach is incredible. I've never seen beaches like this. This is the best sunset ever. I can't believe I didn't on board sooner. And wait, you're tokenizing this too and you're giving me free money on top of it? Yeah, I am. Oh, wow. Good job, Christopher. Good job, General. That's what we're doing. So, the world is sick. The world is unhealthy. The world is depressed. Look at the hideous things P. Diddy had been doing all these years. These are the same people still in charge. What P. Diddy was doing, squirting, the bottles on people and stuff, which we can't talk about. All the elites are in on that. All the elites were at those parties. Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of them. I can't accuse them, but they were all there. Howard Stern. I'm sure Oprah was there as well. The Rock. They're all a part of the cabal. They were hanging out at those parties for 30, 40 years. Notice that? Same thing with Epstein. So again, you just have to understand that the people in charge are very evil. They honestly hate you. And they want you broke, and they want you poor, and they want you servile, and they want you locked down. And they're going to transfer all your wealth in the largest hyperinflationary heist in American history. And I want you rich. I want you successful. Tweety Bird over here wants you saved. We want to bring a little sunshine into your life. I'm going to tokenize you all 1,000 freaking X. I'm going to teach you what it takes to be successful. We're going to do all the heavy lifting for you. We turnkey everything. Every property is professionally managed by our team. We pay all the taxes and insurance based on property type. We own a lot of different properties. Talk to my father about this for the full portfolio details in vacation rental zones, like in Waikiki, for example. And we do it all for you. And we only make money if you do. Again, the elites are evil. Wall Street is evil. BlackRock is evil. They don't like you. They're hurting you. And so what do you do in a situation like that? You fight back peacefully through smarts, technology, strategy, and organization. What is the easiest way to get rich? A lot of you ask me that. What's the easiest way for me to get rich, Christopher? Crypto. The easiest way for you to get rich is this. With a minimum investment of 30 units, 30,000. That's less than half a new car in America. A lot of cars right now, a lot of trucks are $100,000 plus for a depreciating asset. You can buy for half that, 1/3 of that, 30 units, and guarantee your success. You also guarantee a network. You guarantee a freedom community. You guarantee a lifestyle enhancement. You might as well live your best life. I do it every single day. Life is short. So I'm going to do as many beautiful and amazing things, and I'm going to provide for my family and take care of my friends and my church and be charitable as long as I can for, the best that I can. I see a lot of you also thinking too small in your life. You don't think you can do it. I see people that complain all the time and they think, well, if the elites are evil, that, there's nothing that they can do then. So I guess our motivation today is I'm expressing that in this most contentious election of civilization's history, of the most chaos that America has ever been since the Civil War, that you should go vote. It'll take you 5 seconds. Throw in your chicken scratch and then get to work. That's what I'm telling you. OnboardIslandProject.com. Raise those cash flows. Get educated. Learn about crypto and blockchain with us. Build worthwhile relationships with people like me and others among our community members and our subscribership. And upwards and onwards under any circumstance, any environment, and any political outcome. And that's how you're going to be massively successful, which all my members already are. Again, if you've listened to me and you've actually put in the work and you actually have staying power too. Like again, people ask me, Christopher, what's the secret to your success? Well, I had to work my butt off for 10 years straight, consistently every single day before I ever really saw real returns. Then everything started magnifying. It's the same thing with your investments. If you don't hold, you're going to lose. All you need to do, like with crypto, is buy the best projects, hold them for the long haul, and you guarantee that you win. Because again, the future is blockchain guaranteed. Just like the internet, when I first started in social media, was a guarantee. All you had to do was stick around. That's it. And put in the work. And that's all you have to do now. So I love you guys so much. Hopefully you found this video encouraging. The big event hasn't been disclosed yet. Our founders round is closing. You've got to get in before the end of the year. Do it today. In fact, I need to call my dad today too and chat with him on a few items. We have very few units left to onboard. We're positioning for our tokenization now. Also, roll over your 401k and IRAs with my father by texting or calling him at 808-442-2934. That's 808-442-2934. By the way, we'll never contact you on Messenger or anything like that. The only way you can contact us and invest is at islandproject.com or by speaking with my father directly at his cell phone number. So just so you know this for all of our new subscribers, this is our official website. You hit the buy now button, you'll fill out a 3-minute application to the best of your ability, and then you can fund directly right in portal, ACH, wire transfer, debit, credit card, etc. You can do it right now today. And we also have our number listed at the top at 808-442-2934. That's 808-442-2934. That's it. That's the only way to onboard. So I love you guys. I will keep you posted. 25-day countdown. Assure your success under any circumstance. Onboard now. Congratulations to the Jesus Coin community. We've just doubled your money. You're welcome. We're going much, much higher. I think we're going to 100x from these levels. And we're just going to the moon. Like I've been saying. And Bitcoin's going up only. And you should own that too. But if you want to guarantee your success and get rich no matter what, buy islandproject.com. It's the #1 investment class in the world for a reason. We're the first people in the world to fractionalize and soon tokenize beach and oceanfront estates worldwide. Get in now. I've got hundreds of new hats going out. We've added dozens of new members this week. And my hat is off to you. I love you so much. And it's a privilege and a pleasure to serve all of you in these trying times in American history and do great, bold things and build this amazing community all through the glory of Christ and, helping people with their faith and bringing more people to God in an uncertain world where there's a lot of evil around us, but we are the lights. So go be the light. Have a wonderful day. And give us a like for Sunshine over here because you're just singing the praises of the Lord, aren't you? You're just singing the praises of God. That's what you're doing. Isn't it beautiful? I love the voice of birds singing. It's funny with cardinals too, because my brother always kind of visits me in the form of a cardinal. I can hear a cardinal based on its song now, even when I can't see it. I've actually learned the sound of various birds. Really pretty cool. Other thing I'd say is get off your cell phones a little bit today and this week. Go out in nature. Go do something healthy and good for yourself. Take care of yourself. I love you guys. Jesus Christ is Lord. Links below to get into islandproject.com, up here and down here. That's islandproject.com. On board with your first 30 units today. Make sure you get into our launch. We're launching soon. We're soon to tokenize our multi-billion-dollar investment class of Maui beachfront, Waikiki beachfront, Park City ski lodges, and soon to be international diversification, which you're going to see me traveling again all over the world very, very soon. I'm posturing and positioning all of this now. Jesus Coin even ties into it, guys. Again, we've designed it all for a reason. We already strategized all of this years ago. And, we already knew what was going to happen and what the future was going to look like. And I'm telling you, it's very bright for all of our members. So get in.